I was wrong about the 2023 spring season of anime. Sure, I knew of some heavy hitters that were coming, but I had some awful takes on shows to watch as well. Let's look at a case-by-case basis of which shows were overrated, underwhelming, or simply deserving of the hype. Oshi no Ko. I thought it was going to be a good show, but I was actually uninterested halfway through the first episode. That's because I didn't know what the hook was until the very end of the premiere. But don't worry, I won't be spoiling anything for this anime. I highly recommend that you watch it for yourself. It was going to be up there as a solid show this spring, but man, it's actually my favorite non-fighting anime of all time right now. That might be an overstatement, but I simply cannot wait each week for the new episode. I never miss a viewing, and that's because this show is extremely suspenseful, intricately devious, and masterfully entertaining. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world too was a sleeper pick for me. I hate most isekai as seen in one of my recent videos, but man, this isekai is actually fun to watch. Yuya, the main character, is actually still participating in the real world, and so it's like he's reversing the trope. Instead of another world being everything and leaving all of your past life behind, the other world is useful to his own real life. The other world is actually just a side quest on his main journey, which is amazing to me. It gives me a better sense of existentialism, why that other world actually matters. I was very hesitant at first to watch this, but I heard it was actually pretty decent. Once I saw the first episode, I never looked back. Great premise, great delivery, but sadly, the fan service is increasingly becoming more brazen and blunt. Overall, it's still a great show, 8 out of 10, even though I know it won't win any high quality animation awards or anything like that. I personally like it. Yep, Mashle Magic and Muscles was a bit of a disappointment. It started out strong, it was funny and to the point, but halfway through the season, it started to use jokes that overstayed their welcome. The premise is still perfect, a guy who is super strong in a world where everyone can use magic except for him. But my gripe is really about the long and boring build-ups. One Punch Man does a far superior job at creating hype for the villains that Saitama faces. The show itself is supposed to be mostly wacky and funny, so I'm not upset or anything about it. I just find it less enjoyable than I thought I would. I sometimes skip a couple of minutes because the dialogue is kind of the worst, but overall, it's not a bad show. It has funny moments, and I really do like Mash as a character. It's just the explosion dude and the wimpy dude are rough to watch. Lemon-chan is actually the funniest person in this anime though, which surprised me. Yeah, I'm not sure how to score this one, maybe 5 out of 10, because it's watchable, but don't worry if you have to drop it. Insomniacs After School. I'm sorry, little one. I gave up after 3 episodes. It was very low-key, and with all the spice and comedy going on this season, I had to drop it. I'm sure it's actually a solid show, so if you like it, I have no problem with that. I even recommend it to people looking for that chill and relaxed vibe. If a lo-fi song were an anime, this would be that anime. A guy and a girl using the astronomy club to sleep in the observatory. Yes, I mean literally go to sleep and rest. It's pretty interesting, and I'm sure there is more to the story. Unfortunately, I found myself not wanting to keep up with the show. I can't score this one since I haven't gotten the full picture, but it's no worse than your average anime. Konosuba, an explosion on this wonderful world. It's got incredibly brilliant animation. Other than that, the plot sucks, it's not funny, and they take out the entire premise of the original Konosuba being an isekai. Not sure what else to say besides it isn't worth your time this season. Thank you, next. The Dangers in My Heart. Wow, what an extremely weird anime. I think most people just watch it for the main girl, Yamada, since there's some fan service. So yeah, the show is not for me. It was okay, but I just really gave up on it after 3 episodes. Next. Now some epic content. Hell's Paradise. I wasn't even going to look at the title until my friend told me I needed to watch it. After the first 2 episodes, I was hooked, and somehow it gets better each episode. There's skillful fighting, well-placed humor, and a mystical mystery. There isn't much to dog on this anime for. I can't even think of a worthwhile complaint. Unless you don't like gore, maybe, which, come on, we're all anime watchers, so you probably don't care. But yeah, unless you don't like gore, then you will love this show. I talked about how everyone was sleeping on it in one of my recent videos here in the top right, but for the most part, it's a 9 out of 10. Mappa does splendid work per usual, and I'm left here dreading the finale because that means it will have to stop airing the first season. Hopefully there's a second one. Heavenly Delusion. Alright, I have only seen the first episode, but it is pretty darn good. The premise is solid, a post-apocalyptic world with teenagers being the main focus. It seems very unique, and so I will definitely keep watching. I just haven't had time, okay? Finally, let's talk about the shows with new seasons seasons airing this spring. Demon Slayer Season 3 is here, and the animation is as impressive as ever. Dr. Stone Season 3 is still delivering on exciting adventure and humorous content. Tonikawa Over the Moon for You is as cute as ever, and I'm glad I decided to watch this second season, even though I was hesitant about continuing the show. Alas, these were the shows in spring of 2023 that I watched or partly watched. I was wrong in certain ways about a lot of them, but I was spot on for a few. What did you guys think of this season for anime? It was overall a great spring for anime, but I'm kind of worried about next season. Yes, this summer we will get Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Rent-a-Girlfriend Season 3, and the reboot for Rurouni Kenshin. However, those are the only notable anime airing from what I have seen. I'll be coming out with episode reactions each week for Jujutsu Kaisen and Rent-a-Girlfriend, so please subscribe to keep up to date with those shows and plenty more. I'll also give you my thoughts on Rurouni Kenshin, as I have only seen the first few episodes of the original show. I want to start fresh with this reboot. I also want to expand this community. At this time, we are at 350 subs, and again, I just want to thank you for all of your support. Let's keep growing together so that we can continue to talk about our favorite anime. As always, this is the Eagle-Eyed Samurai signing off.